Hey, everybody. My name is Dr. Lillian Coley. I'm here with my godson, Rymir Satterwhite. Say
How
hi,
you doing?
Rymir. We felt the need, everybody, to come on and talk, right?
No, seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Because we have our cases that we're dealing with. We're basically focused on New Jersey and some stuff with there.
Right.
And we know y'all want to hear it from us. We think that's important. We know the
Seriously.
Diddy case is going on right now. And that's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, we
I
just
say
came
it's a lot
on.
of different cases, a lot of crazy cases going on right
Yeah.
now, Godma. We're
And it
gonna
seemed
say
like
that. But
some of the stuff was
you know,
overlapping.
this
Like,
what this even with my case, I said I had to step back in some areas, had to, withdraw, but I wouldn't say I never stopped fighting. I'm saying we're playing chess right now, not checkers. So when I said withdraw from certain cases, it don't mean I'm out of it. It just mean we're thinking of a smarter plan, how to finish our plan. It's not a plan, but just finish at the end. We want to basically just do what we came here for and just get fair due process and let everyone know that go inside the court. You should always fight for your rights and just fight for everything you believe in and just keep fighting. Don't let no one, as I said before, let no one step over you or let these judges or lawyers or anyone in life just tell you something and you just accept that without knowing the truth. So
a lot
we're
of
still
questions.
here
Yeah.
fighting strong. We got a lot of cases, a lot of different cases going on right now. We just ask y'all to keep supporting us like y'all been doing for all these years, and we're going to keep moving forward. Seriously.
Mhm. Mhm. So yeah, there's different parties of people that did different things.
Yeah.
You have the judges, you have the attorneys, and you have the parties. Ramir was referring to the New Jersey case, which was one out of many cases where it
Yep.
started from in regard to this whole due process debacle. And there's a lot of similarities when we see Diddy's case today. They did an opening statement. And the opening statement was really horrific on what happened to the parties involved. They're all allegations. We get it, but we got an
Yes.
opening statement too, y'all, and it ain't good. So you're getting this. You're getting the two people who've been through it,
No,
and
seriously.
it's not
When I
just
say we've been
hearsay.
through it, I mean we've been through it. Honestly, like I don't. It's just fighting, the courts, lawyers, and just I just feel like when you fighting that type of system and just trying to help it and correct it and just make it better so this won't happen again. You just need everyone that you can, just to stand behind you and just push forward. We need
Right.
all y'all to help us fix the court systems. Honestly, y'all, we need everyone because you, not just for us, just for anyone that's going in the court systems in the world. You should not have to go in there and don't get fair due process, or you should never go in the court system feeling like you already the enemy. So we need to fix it, honestly, and it's
Right.
going to take all of us. Seriously, I've been
So
saying
we
this for all
gotta.
these years. My godmom been saying
Yeah.
this for all these years, and it's always been positive energy. Let's help each other get better. Let's create new things to help us, push forward, and let's get that negativity out the way. So at this point, I'm just looking like, we gotta keep pushing forward.
And we gotta come back. We're gonna come with you, y'all, with some concrete stuff, so that way you can put the puzzle together. Because we feel like saying what we're saying is important, but we also got to give you some concrete details on what's happening. We know that we had the problem with the addresses in the New Jersey case, which was like the foundation. I think I said I did a video the other day with Beyonce's mother saying that she visited Mr. Carter Jay Z in his New Jersey apartment. Now it wasn't necessary Fort Lee, but there was
This
a
is crazy.
yeah, there
And like
was
we said before, they try to do no discovery or anything on that case,
right.
So people
So let me
honestly,
just
like
finish my
as we
thought
said
for one
before, you just got
second
to open
though.
your eyes and just look at certain things. Like
Exactly,
a lot of things, this
exactly.
was
But the Fort Lee, I want to make that clear before everybody get confused. It's not necessarily the Fort Lee, even though there were some apartments in Fort Lee. There was another one in Palisades, somewhere in New Jersey, which is right across the bridge from New York. So
mm,
I'm just clearing that up because I don't want no confusion out there. And then, of course, I showed you guys proof with tangible stuff of the motor vehicles. So that's the point I want to make with that. So the people can, when they start sending you texts and emails about stuff, the stories will be consistent and they'll be backed up with information. Because I'm not going to just say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to show you because I know people want to know. So, Rymir,
Seriously.
let's just play. You want to play a little clip of the Diddy trial? Just not the trial, but the guy that's talking about it.
Yeah,
Murad.
I've been seeing all it's crazy. I've been seeing all types of stuff
We can
about
do
that.
like
I've
a
just
couple
been like,
minutes of that.
some of them I turn my head on. I'll be like,
I
man, he just
know.
got himself
Some
a
of them
hot
are
water,
crazy.
fire, lava, and everything else.
I know. Some of them are crazy. This guy here is pretty good. You got Ticket TV, Miss Lowdown. It's a couple down low or low down, a couple bloggers out there who got credibility and they're really trying to give you. They do some other talking too. But this one here, he kind of goes straight to the facts. He don't do no long videos. I was gonna play like
Oh, did he get straight to
two,
the point? Okay, let's
right,
see.
right.
Let's see what he talking about.
Right. I was gonna do like a few minutes, or you let me know, and then we could talk about it on the other side. But I think you might remember him, Rymir. You remember that face wanted to play the opening statement one because the opening statement about what the prosecutors are saying about what Diddy did, I think is a big deal. What did you think about what he said just now? With
Yeah, I
the
just think
guy
it's
copy back,
gotta have some type of. I wouldn't say I wouldn't know if, but it probably got some type of truth to it about. It's probably plenty of videos out there or many of different takes because he's not going to just make something up like that until he come and prove himself not guilty. I wouldn't.
everybody seems like they want to keep their hand in something. That's the crazy part. And this is a lesson to be learned by a lot of people.
No, seriously, especially when you get yourself in something like this, it's like a business. I wouldn't say some people look at it as a money grab. Some people look at it as they coming to tell a truth for maybe took 20 years, 10 years and all that. And some people are just spiteful, they just looking at it to destroy you. You might did something to them, might then,
He said he made a
it's
copy of the
many different
tape,
people in the world.
and Diddy came back and got the tape. Good God Almighty! All right, so Diddy seems like he definitely doesn't want to cover the cover up. So this is the real opening statement one. I mean, gonna play it all, everybody. We just want to look at it and talk about it because some of this craziness, we're gonna be talking some of the stuff with our case, and it's gonna sound crazy. But it actually happened in the court because ain't nobody over here gonna be lying about that. But
Oh
at the end
yeah,
of the day, nah, we don't have time for that. We didn't been through too much.
I
14,
think as far past that's a lot, like, people should be able to see. Like I think we the energy is just the energy. We passed this, internet stuff and computers and blogs. I don't really honestly, you see, I don't really even do it, but I just do it for, just the fans and I wouldn't even call them
people
fans, just
updated, so they can have the
everybody,
right
all the people
information.
in general that got the same type of energy that's been giving me that great energy all these years to keep me moving. So it's like, yeah, I'm doing it for the realness, It ain't about no creating no story and all that. We want y'all to realize that this is what's going on out here. And until we all stand with each other and do something about it or at least get up and acknowledge that it's there so the people around us can get the energy to say something too. We got to do something about it. We can't just keep sitting and letting this government and this court systems, if it's not correct, just do what they want.
So this is the opening statement.
Lawyers and all that too.
Exactly. The opening statement before they did that male escort stuff to start talking about some of the drama with that. But the opening statement I thought was interesting because everybody's got an opening statement, a statement that they believe is a narrative or summary of the years. We have 14 years, y'all. 14 years summary, right? So stay
No,
tuned. So here's Mari doing that, and then we'll talk about that.
big 14 years.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
5 on the Diddy trial, which is the real day of when all of this begins. Jury finalization has taken place. Many jurors were striked. And of course, the defense accused the prosecution of striking only and mainly the black jurors, asking why this was going on. Then the prosecution explained for each individual of those black jurors for why they were dismissed or striked. The judge looked at this and understood that discrimination was not going on. Yet again, Diddy's people, his lawyers, are basically overlaying this trial with the theme of race. They are saying that Diddy has been targeted because of his race and that they are striking black jurors and that they are doing this because they are an all-white woman prosecution team. Very interesting psychological tactics that are going on. When it came to the prosecution and the defense opening statements, I was in pure shock going live. Shout out to those of you who were all live with me, because the defense's opening statements were insane. They were so diabolically stupid that I can now confidently sit here and believe that the prosecution are going to have a strong head case and that Diddy is definitely going to go to jail. It's also been confirmed in this trial hearing today that Cassie will be speaking later this week, and that videos will be shown. The hotel video will be shown to them today, but also the fact that there are other videos at hand of Cassie and the victim too, who is going by Jane Doe, which I believe is Gina, and that these two people were being used by Diddy, and Diddy was goading them in these videos, saying to them with audio, you're going to have to keep doing this, whilst they were both on ecstasy. Those are videos that the prosecution have that they are going to be using. So what I'm going to be quickly doing is give you guys a quick rundown of the prosecution and defense statements. I'm going to read it out to you guys because I can read fast. So I want you guys to listen carefully to what is being said here from both sides of this conversation. Now, prosecution's opening statement. This is Sean Combs. To the public, he was a cultural icon, a businessman larger than life. But there was another side to him. You will hear about 20 years of defendant's crimes. Let's start with one night. He was on the hunt for his girlfriend, Cassie. He forced her to be intimate with male escorts while he watched and recorded it. He found out Cassie was seeing another man. Furious, he set out to find Cassie and another man. This would be Michael B. Jordan. He woke an employee to drive to the house, but no one was there. The defendant didn't give up. He kept looking for Cassie, and when he found her, he beat her, kicking her in the back like a ragdoll. He told Cassie he could release a video of her being intimate with male escorts. He broke into a man's house and he beat and blackmailed his girlfriend. Those are not his only crimes. Cassie is not the only woman. He had a business, Bad Boy Records, that made him right. He relied on his bodyguards, chief of staff, which I believe is Christina Coram, who ran all aspects of his life. The group promoted his power. His bodyguards kidnapped an employee and set a car on fire and dangled a person.
Let's stop right there, everybody. All right, we don't want to make this too long. But yeah,
it's crazy.
At the opening statement, because it's probably a lot more stuff coming. I mean, you could have kind of been in the industry, could have been, decided not to do certain things. That's how it sounds like it's a nightmare. But I think stuff you were telling me all along about some of the industries and things that happen and why you wasn't really trying to whatever, even though somebody did try to blackball you. So, but yeah, what do you think, Rymir?
Yeah, I think, the industry, I definitely, I know it's a dark side. So it's light and dark to everything. It's all, and you got to have both. So it's like, yeah, it's a dark side. Then it's like, Diddy, he's just going through everything coming to him at once, all that craziness he done did. He done fell in love with that power and money, and it just probably took him on a trip. But you also got to think that it's a lot of people like Diddy that's out there that's not even getting brung up. We got to bring all them guys up too, because can't just get one and leave the rest. It's it's like you being a hypocrite and shit. We gonna get him and leave the rest of them. I'm saying if you're gonna get one, get all of them. That's all I'm saying. It's like if you go to court, if it's justice, if it's the right thing, it's the right thing. You can't just all right. Who was with him then, and who the people that's over him that's doing this? It's just people that's over him. Honestly, I think he's one of the small guys in his big train picture. So honestly, I think he was. I wouldn't say he's a pawn, but I want to use different words. It's just I speak raw and cut. Yeah, but he's definitely in something right now. Can he get himself out? Who knows? We would never know. Honestly, with these court systems now, it's like, hey. You just got to keep watching, and as I said, we all gotta. If you want them to stay in there, put your energy towards him staying, and everything. If it's wrong, you believe it's wrong, and we know it's wrong. It ain't if you believe. We know anytime you child trafficking and doing all types of beating your girl and dragging her and got her doing all types of crazy stuff. If she didn't allow it, it's wrong. It's definitely wrong. It's way past wrong. So he gonna get what he deserve, but we need to get the rest of them too.
I know, right? He's gonna bring a lot of people down with him. And now there was a video we did on how Epstein, Diddy, and it was one other person, how they all tied together. Because they were using Diddy in some regards to take a lot of black men down.
Right.
Black community, I should say, not men.
That's what I'm saying.
With the drugs. because they were saying how all these drugs were getting in the
And
community.
that's why I said we got to look at our court systems, our political parties, and all them fundraisers and all that. All that's for a reason, and we all know. We ain't gonna sit here and just. And for
Act
the
like
people
it
that
ain't
don't know,
there.
we letting y'all know. And them guys have them fundraisers, and they all get together in them nice suits and all that, and go shake each other hands and turn around and don't really like each other, but giving each other that fake energy. That's the type of parties you don't want to be in. That's like, you don't waste your energy on that type part. I can't talk for everybody because, a lot of people
It
be in
sound
character mode, but I'm just saying we need to wake up because
right. 'Cause
that's
it
why
sound
we got
like you,
characters running this world.
yeah, some of that stuff was drug related, right? You on ecstasy, that's why people were up a couple days and trying to have sex 10 and 5 and 10 and 15 hours. Nobody does that because first of all, you don't do nothing that long. So if your brain has got you going to that place, that's not good. So he said they were on
Yeah,
ecstasy.
you're right. And
That's a
honestly,
that's
it's
definitely a
never been
trip
better.
without luggage. I mean, really. But
I
that's
mean,
why
it's cool to party, but it's always how you party. You don't never just like. I mean, as you going on, you going. It's too. It's a certain lines you just say, all right,
but
I'm just not
nowadays
going to
you
do. It's
think
like
they can
it
party
should
like they used
feel
to.
wrong to you. It
Yeah,
should be like that should just tap you, be like, oh no, it's not. But I mean, some people sick, whatever they
right.
want to call it, a sickness, it's a disease or a diagnosis. I mean, diagnosed with this, and no,
So what else did you want
it's
to
a
talk
lot of
about?
craziness in this world, but
It is a
I
lot of
believe it can be
it's too
fixed.
much. It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
What else did you want to talk about before we move on to our next? We're gonna
Just
do our
staying,
next.
just keeping that positive energy. Everybody just keeping that positive energy on everyday basis and just spending more time with family, loved ones, friends that actually are there for you. Don't call everybody your friends. But
Yeah.
even for the people that's not your friends, also just give them that good positive energy that show them that you appreciate them, they time, spend time with them,
Turns
and
out
just,
one of the fastest
everything is a
growing things.
memory. You don't take nothing to the grave with you but memory. So even the money and all that is great. But I just want people to
And
start,
guys, of
just
Diddy.
living life more, taking care of themselves, exercising, eating
Right.
better, and
Right.
honestly start thinking about you. Your body is a temple. So we definitely want to just take care of ourselves and don't forget that, when you go to the grave, you're the only one that go,
The
I mean,
prosecution.
True.
Good to see you,
as
Drea.
how harsh it sounds, so it's like, you want to create as much
The
memories as you can. And I mean, positive
prosecution.
memories. You're going to have
The
bad
trial is
times.
about to begin,
Nobody's
guys.
perfect, but just try to overcome everything with that good positive energy and just keep everything moving.
I agree.
God with us.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in though. It's a lot of
No,
stuff.
seriously, it
Yeah,
is. Like you
anything you
said,
want to
every
say
day is
about
a fight.
anybody? Mm,
Every day is a
really?
fight. That's why I believe that we can come together and create better programs and just better things to do on an everyday basis. It's no more. I feel like everybody, just like I said before, is disconnected, and we just need to start getting that connection back, actually coming out and just spending time in a big, giant, diverse group. Not everybody had the same color, or we need to be everywhere. Everybody need to be diverse, and just spend time and have a great time. That's when everything is gonna start coming together. I mean, everybody from everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
big, giant, diverse group, all different types of energy, all different types of, just all spending
Think the
time with each
music
other,
industry is gonna
learning new
ever be
things, enjoying each other time.
right? You think the music industry is ever gonna be clean?
You say?
Nobody, we know not gonna be perfect, but is will you think the music industry will ever be clean? Because some people have really contaminated and corrupted this environment to the point that people that really can sing and do sing and even rap don't really want to go into some of the stuff now because
Right.
of all the filth.
Seriously, no,
I
you're right about
mean,
that.
where do we go from here? Is what I want to know.
I
Does
wouldn't say it's
anybody
a
know?
rebuild, but yeah, I would say at this point in time, it is more rebuilding. We rebuilding for better. I'm not saying just throw nothing away that was already working and helping out, but we need to take all them little shortcuts and them little cracks and fix them. Because there's a lot of people that's using them, in the courts and political parties, and they just using all these little shortcuts and cracks and that they're creating to get away with the stuff they want. So it's like you can't win like that.
Well,
So
how did you
until
feel
we
when
all
you
come
went
together, what
some
you
of
say,
the
Godma?
some of the things that you went through in the court? How did the court being in the courtroom made you feel? when you were there? I
It
mean,
made me look at the court different. Honestly, I'm still looking at the court different. It just made me fort the court side, as I said before. I feel like we was fighting the court systems, and I feel like I ain't gonna say everyone in there because it was some great judges, it was some good people in the court systems, but then you also feel that negativity, feel people that just, hiding the truth, don't want to find out the truth. It just felt like it was a giant war, and fortunately, mommy, she fought that until she couldn't fight it no more, but she still got us.
right.
And I just feel like that it was a war. It's still a war, but I feel like it's a bigger picture. It's
Some
always
people
been
didn't,
bigger than
yeah,
us. We always been saying that. It's always been like, nobody should have to come into court and have to go through all this for these many
drama.
years
I
just to
mean,
find out something that can take, 2-3 weeks or a day, So it's like they need to
that
fix
had something to
the
do with your
systems.
mom's
They need to
age.
fix the system. They need to get
Yeah.
these lawyers together and start holding them accountable, hold everybody accountable like
So
you
the
do.
judges and the lawyers who did something about your mom, they knew your mom was underage. As a lawyer and a gatekeeper of the court, they should have done something. And you were supposed to have an advocate. The biggest thing for me, as you already know, is the system.
Right.
Even now with our New Jersey case, even though you're a witness in that case and you're a victim, that case, it appeared to me that there was some hanky-panky going on with
Oh.
the straight judge.
Yeah, we know it was, but
Yeah, because they were
as they
delaying the
say, if you
case.
can't prove
And
it,
so,
I wouldn't
but,
say we couldn't
but I
prove
just
it, but
wanted people to know why we did what we did. So for us, you never can know why people are doing what they're doing, but their action speaks louder than the words. So if somebody keeps delaying a case and you're at the top, which is what my point is, why would you be at a position like that and want to delay a case? Why? So that's telling right there. But at the end of the day, it's not that important, but it's still significant because it showed that people at the top wanted to do something like this. And the people at the top doing it now with our case, that mean they're doing it to other cases too.
right,
So
they've
yeah,
been doing this to other cases.
we're hoping that they get exposed. But yeah, so I want everybody to know that our New Jersey case is moving along. We had some delays because of what I just said. But at the end of the day, if we believe in what we believe and fight for what we fight for, we believe that eventually everything is going to fall into place. People really telling themselves, everybody. So we want you to send us questions or stuff. I know people are having some concerns with their own cases. They need help. They need good attorneys and lawyers. We're looking for a good attorney always.
Always,
And
always.
we have attorneys working behind the scenes, and for various reasons, they don't come out in the public. Some of them are working with certain types of what have you. But at the end of the day, we're always looking for somebody to be an advocate with us, and we're willing
Right.
to work with that person so that they can get with their compensation. And then we understand this is a community case. This is a case for the community and by the community. Me and Rymir represent the public. We're not representing no special group, political group,
No, seriously.
none of that stuff. We're just ordinary people
Mhm.
found ourselves in an absolute mess with a whole lot of stuff that has happened for 14 years. Get that picture, everybody. So I wanted Rymir to come on. We're going to continue to come on off and on to talk about what's going on with us because
Yes.
you need to hear from us.
And we really want to thank y'all for supporting us for all these years and just believing us, just believing our truth. We really just been fighting for the truth, y'all, and just been fighting just to be treated fair, like everyone should be treated, as I said. And we just really thank y'all for fighting with us for all these years. And we just ask y'all to continue to fight with us. Bring friends. It's not just about us, it's about all of us. And we all just need to fight for what is right. That's the main thing.
And our case is not a paternity case. It is not about a baby daddy.
Yeah,
The
man. That's like
underlying
way
issue,
past.
that's the underlying issue. We're dealing with fraud and jurisdiction fraud to be exact. And it ties into jurisdiction as it relates to the judges. Now,
Right.
parties and attorneys did participate. We believe that's our allegation. However, the judges are the ones who sign the orders. So therefore, they have to have the accountability that is necessary and needed for our society to function properly. We have to have judges who are doing the right thing. And if you look around the country, everybody, there's a couple of judges that are getting called out for things, not just in our case, but other cases. And there's something going on, as a matter of fact, in one of the cases dealing with Jay-Z, as a matter of fact, Rymir, where they're doing an investigation on all the cases, not just with him, but some other people too, that are the judges that were involved, to make sure no hanky-panky went on. Because we believe that happened with our case. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
that's gonna be a long outdrawn case. We all know that.
well, I think the truth, when you get hit the truth, you hit it. That's why they keep people always trying to delay it. They're trying to bend it, delay it, break it, everything, but let it come out. I mean, if it ain't true, if something's not real, what
We need to start having the jury for everything and let the jury
the
choose.
jury gonna be all, because the jury's got to follow the law, but they're hoping they can get some of their friends or their cousin in there. But you can get thrown in a jail if you do something like that. You can take an oath of office for a jury. You got to put all your personal stuff aside and deal with the facts as it relates to the law. So, what do you think? You think Diddy's gonna go down? You think his money's gonna pay him out?
I mean, I feel like he's gonna go down, but then I also feel like he got something he's not gonna go down for long. So it's like, he already been doing some time. They gonna give him probably some time served. I feel like that, but just all his connections through all these years, he been having people help him. So it's like, as much as a lot of people want him to go down, I do feel like he's gonna go down. Don't get me wrong. If he did, he's going. But I do feel like that he has a lot of friends that still not popping up, but that's just playing behind closed doors because
You got the Tupac thing.
he got a lot. He know
Biggie
people that
thing.
and it's people that he did stuff with. And I'm just speaking from my mind. This ain't nothing. I don't know nothing or nothing, but I'm pretty sure he did certain things with other people that he got their little secret. So yeah, they probably turn their head. It's happened
So the
before.
feds get you, and then their feds we like, look, you don't have to tell us, but somebody else will. And when we find out how you're connected, you're gonna go down with them. That's why people
Right.
talk. I mean,
Always be like that. It always be like that. Mom says.
so we were supposed to get in contact, and I'm glad we did, with some of the people who was on Twitter, your Twitter account, helping us with Department of Justice to look at some stuff on our case. So we're glad about that moving along and things are
Yeah, that's
happening.
good.
But we just want everybody to stay informed. We'll come in and give you more details. We're not gonna just talk. We want to just actually show you stuff, and not everything, but some stuff, so you can connect the dots. But keep understanding that we are dealing with a fraud case, jurisdiction fraud. But in the district court, they deal with it as it relates to civil rights.
Right.
They cannot redo a case at the state level. State is state and federal is federal. The federal, you show the federal that the state did you wrong in your civil rights. And that's what they look at. They don't look at baby daddy. They don't look at no paternity. They don't look at a lot of domestic stuff. They will look at how you were treated during the domestic situation. And in this case, no due process, liens on a house, people being followed, attempted murder on Rymir, a whole lot of stuff, y'all. Had to say it. It is the truth. We're going to be transparent and real. Reality has set in. So at the end of the day, we want you to hear from us as we go through this trial here. And even Diddy, we're going to go through that stuff. We're going to be talking about the opening statement. We're going to talk about our own opening statement. We're going to try to walk it out. Because I think some of this lets us see it's not us, right? And it also lets us see that maybe perhaps this judicial system, these judges and stuff, is what these other ones should be modeling and being more alike, so that it won't be all this corruption at the state level, especially. We know New Jersey's getting really bad when it comes down to stuff like this.
Yeah, we already know that.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. But I'm gonna let Rymir take the last few minutes. I'm gonna head out, and I thank God for all of you. We'll talk to you soon. And just like Rymir said, just stay tuned for what's going to be coming down the pipe. We want you to know what's going on and be informed. Because some things, has been challenging. Being followed is challenging. Somebody shooting at your car is challenging. We're not saying all we're related to that, but I believe it was. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, all of it happened around certain times when we were doing violence. It's going to keep it real, y'all. But at any rate, I'm going to let Rymir to close it out, say what he want to say. to certain people, blah, 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 and go from there. He might even do a couple spits, y'all. Who knows? And then we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Talk to y'all soon.